Ready. 2, Mike. 2. Mustang 19.
Play fake. He'll look to throw.
Here we go.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
First carry for David, Alabama man. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Warrior 70. Choose the mic. I'm coming for you, son.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go, defense. And who we got? 19 tight. 19 tight. Watch 2. Watch 2. Come on, D. Choose the mic. Let's go, defense.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Is good. Makes the score Chargers 7, Jaguars nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
So they throw.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
We own them. 10's the mic. 10's the mic. Watch twist. Watch twist. Buffalo 18. Twist. Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Don't be scared of it.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Check that.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back out instead. They took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Mike's Fofo. Panther 11, Panther 11. 44.
On second down, here's Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows a defensive back or linebacker to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards from the 34 now. Here's first and 10.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Mike, 2, watch 2, watch 2.
It's our time. It's our time.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
7 Pirate. 10's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. You better get ready, back. Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
19. Curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
We don't want this.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 40.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
You got him.
Okay,
second down and 8.
Cub 19.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
Mike 2, watch 2.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 5-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rip left.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Check 25, check 25.
Right back to it. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Focus, defense, focus. 44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
Go street.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Very quickly here, and that's complete.
Justin Herbert in at
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Don't be mad.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Mike, 44. Man out, man out, man out, man out. 44 is the Mike. 44.
And they are going for it. Herbert now. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On the ready. Mike 10, Mike 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
10's the Mike. 10's the
A run is out of the shotgun. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Yeah, baby.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Okay, ready?
That's good for the Jaguars.
They'll try and run it. The Jags are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll try Harris, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Switch.
5, 3rd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Yeah, baby.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And he's just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we
Is it knocked free? And the Jags grab it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
And this is caught at the 8. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Mike 2. I got you, son. I got you. Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end puts his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. The 20. And he will score.
Touchdown, LA.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, sometimes when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going?
60 Maverick. Remember me? You remember me?
Harris has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mike 10, Mike 10.
Oh, get him, get him, get him. Dragon 60.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
10's the mic. 10's the mic.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Check, check. Let's go.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That's going to be caught. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Jaguars 10.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Tight down. There you go.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35.
Let's go.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had. Be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them take it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Get in the weight room. Check smash. Check smash. Where's the mic? Man, I got you.
On first down, it's Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive line, telling the quarterback, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Cougar 19.
Tight end right.
A 6-yard pickup.
We got 4.
Keep it on the ground. Yes, again. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers 31. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mike, 2. Watch 2. Watch 2. Woo-hoo. 2's the mic.
Street. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Mike 2. Mike 2. Record. Panther 11. Panther 11. Check smash. Check smash.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Watch the run. Watch the
Trap 60. Trap 60.
baby. That's a baby shop. Mike 2. Mike 2.
They'll look to throw here. finding Harris over the middle. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And that one results in 35 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Damian Harris, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Jaguars are back within a score. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that play, the consistency almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Jaguars 16.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Let's get it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or can you throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
70.
5 yards on the play.
70 Ranger. 70
A shotgun snap for Herbert. That is caught. It's fair. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Riggs.
44, Mike.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective. They couldn't stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
Herbert has it number 3. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. On is the Chargers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Mike 2.
Check. Watch 2.
Here we go.
7 Pirates.
2's the Mike.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Here
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
I'm going to run you over. Mike 2. Watch 2. Watch 2.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Check.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. This is Harris. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Mike 5. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Kick by Lambeau is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may announce he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They run. Robinson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play. We set up 20 or under. Gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
12 yards there and a first down. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level in the secondary, the 3rd. When you block it up well, you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They stay on the Harris, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try and run for first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
40's the mic. So don't say Cowboy 80. Switch. Cup 19. Cup 19.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's now third and goal.
Here we go, Shaq. Bronco 80.
Squeeze, double.
Mike 5. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Jam him. 18 Cardinal.
Harris, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Lambeau will put this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If something goes on, they managed the clock exactly right.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practiced down the numbers. There he goes. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow.
Touchdown,
Wow.
baby.
I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Watch the pass. 19 Tiger. 4. 6 man.
Now Herbert. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
Jaguars 22.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
partner. They're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
Watch the flat motion. Pop, pop, pop. Shift. Check. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
60 Bison. He can't hang. He's not going to get... Street. Mike's 13, Mike. 60 Maverick. Check him.
He runs. Mike 13. Exit.
Watch twist. Peek the edge. Dragon 60.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike 10. Mike 10.
Go.
Watch the safety creep.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Running up touchdown, and they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
44, Mike, 44. 7 Pirate. Hurt. The Mike. 44's the Mike. Man, I got you.
Herbert now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Fofo's the Mike.
He'll get this to Eckler. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Crash. Hustle.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Chargers 36, Jaguars 20. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. You're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. This is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Watch that, watch that, watch that.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Chargers, they continue to make